This is Melania's love and gratitude necklace. You can see it's in the form of a 3-leaf clover because when you are Donald Trump's wife, you don't believe in luck anymore.
Melania Trump is a perfect illustration of how being associated with Trump frequently results in resemble Trump himself. This phenomenon is not new. We've seen it with several of Trump's associates in the past. Melania, in particular, looks almost identical to Trump in many ways. Let Jimmy Kimmel break this down for you. On the one hand, Trump's lawyer, Neshalise, is spinning a tale in court, while Melania's jewelry is becoming a punchline on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Jimmy went on to address Melania's efforts to capitalize on Mother's Day with her unique jewelry business. One piece, the Love and Gratitude necklace, is created in the shape of a 3-leaf clover, symbolizing that when you marry Donald Trump, you no longer believe in luck. But here's the kicker that will make you roll on the floor laughing.
The back of the necklace featured the former First Lady's signature, which is alarmingly similar to her husband's. They both look like the printout of an EKG of someone having a heart attack.
A good signature can indicate intellect, but in Trump's case, it appears to be in low supply at all times. Melania's signature also implies that she is equally capable of using her brain as her husband. But first, let's speak about Jimmy's perspective on the Trump family's jewelry company. He continued, and there is more Trump family memorabilia for sale. Jimmy's hilarious advertisement for the jewelry goes like this. This Mother's Day, gift mom something unique from the Melania Trump Not My Son Eric jewelry line. Celebrate the mother you adore with something Melania is proud of, not being Eric's mother. These lovely bracelets represent Melania's emotions, and I barely know Eric.
These exquisite necklaces make statements straight from Melania's heart, like, I barely even know Eric. He's Ivana's, not mine. And of course, Eric who? Melania is proud mother of Baron Trump, and Baron Trump alone. And nobody with face of Sam Possum.
Jimmy took his humor a step further, claiming that experts believe Melania's ultimate goal is to make a necklace so huge that she can strangle her husband, similar to Princess Leia's daring maneuver against Jabba the Hutt. Let's shift gears away from the jewelry industry and focus on Jimmy's thoughts on Stormy Daniels' testimony, which delved deeply into some private topics throughout the trial. Kimmel humorously remarked, "Hush money, honey." Stormy Daniels made quite a stir on the stand, offering more information about her contact with the president than his legal team would have liked. During one especially memorable moment, as Stormy recounted the event involving spanking Trump with a Forbes magazine, Judge Merchant had to step in after Trump appeared to use some colorful words under his breath, prompting a warning from his lawyer.
Judge said he chose to speak to the lawyer privately so as not to embarrass Trump, who was on trial for chub humping a porn star while his wife was home with their infant son. I'm pretty sure the embarrassment cat is out of the golf bag already, but...
The comic then moved on to another uncomfortable moment for Trump, joking that as all of this was going on, Indiana was holding its primary election. Trump won the Republican primary because he was the only Republican contender. However, the true surprise occurred when a significant number of votes were cast for Nikki Haley, who had dropped out of the campaign 2 months before. Despite her absence since March, Haley received more than 20% of the vote, a strange result that appears to be peculiar to Trump's domain. But before the Trump supporters join the fray over Nikki's votes, here's a preemptive answer.
March, and she still took home more than 20% of the vote, which means either a large chunk of Indiana voters are not planning to vote for Trump, or Mike Pence voted 128,000 times.
Allows Delvin to attend Trump's off-day activities, which became the focus of Jimmy's humorous banter. Jimmy joked that Trump spent one day off the trial working on his pyramid scheme. He organized a VIP dinner at Mar-a-Lago for committed admirers who purchased his NFTs. To receive an invitation, you had to buy all 47 of Trump's NFTs for $99 each. Jimmy stated, "I'll tell you I wouldn't envy his assistant," and then illustrated what he might look like. "Sir, a reminder tonight, you have to eat with the nuts who spent $4,700 for images of you donning Superman tights and a cape. Okay? Don't miss out on how the comic mercilessly mocks Trump's NFTs and their customers."
Some of these lemonheads pay 10 grand for the honor of having the former president fart on them in person, but you can't argue about the fact these NFTs are aesthetically quite stunning. I mean, just look at all the time and talent that went into this drawing of the leprechaun man with his pot of other people's gold. You've got, here's Butch Casserole pretending to be a cowboy.
This is how Jimmy described other NFTs. This one celebrates the moment Don informed Don Jr. that Santa is not real. Furthermore, consumers, or perhaps suckers, as Jimmy jokingly suggested, received not only digital trading cards, but also the opportunity to purchase a portion of Trump's suit when he was detained. In a caustic criticism on Trump's worth, Jimmy noted that despite Trump's wealth, his actual value could be close to zero. He questioned the value of the dress Trump wore when he was detained, highlighting the irony of attributing value to goods associated with someone who may not have much value themselves. This amusing insight provides light on the kink of Trump's NFTs and those eager to buy them. So here's the pricing of the suit.
The value, priceless. That's until he gets arrested and 4 others.
Mocking Trump's ignorant supporters, Jimmy focused his attention on a rival who appears to have lost his mind due to a brain-invading parasite. He quipped that while we've been having fun insulting Donald Trump, we shouldn't forget about our third-party candidate, who is utterly off the rails. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. then dropped a surprise in a recently unearthed deposition from his divorce proceedings. RFK said that a worm ate part of his brain.
Part of his brain. And while we don't know for sure what would cause this, Dr. Sanjay Gupta might.
I can tell you, as a neurosurgeon, this is a rare condition, but it's typically something that is caused by eating undercooked pork.
That sounds right. That sounds...
Jimmy continued to make fun of the independent presidential candidate by joking that his recent use of the dewormer ivermectin may be due to his belief that he has brainworms. He jokingly noted that, despite the candidate's skepticism toward doctors and vaccines, he was ready to seek medical attention when he suspected a worm was devouring his brain. Jimmy sarcastically contrasted the chaos in the candidate's thoughts to the intricate universe of the science fiction film. Dune takes the joke to its peak. Jimmy joked that the candidate's name is Kennedy Jr., meaning that this should be enough cause to vote for him. However, when the topic of brainworms came up, the comedian's attention moved to an even bigger laughingstock.
Speaking of brainworms, Governor Kristi Noem continues to flounder helplessly. She shared a story in her book about shooting Cricket, her 14-month-old hunting dog, on purpose, and also shooting 3 horses and a pet goat.
Kimmel gave a hilarious remark on Governor Christie's Amazon book sales, noting its less than spectacular reception. He grinned as he disclosed that her book peaked at number 58 on the platform, but has since totally slipped out of the top 100. Adding to the irony, Kimmel added that a children's book called Puppy Birthday to You had topped hers, playfully giving credit to the canines despite the book's dismal performance. Governor Noem encouraged individuals to read it and establish their own conclusions. Kimmel then teased listeners with an extract from the audiobook, implying that hearing it directly from her brought another element of amusement to the whole situation.
My hands were still shaking as I pulled into the parking lot. I could almost taste puppy blood. I jumped out of my American-built Japanese pickup and kicked the doors to Petco wide open. Inside, I saw them. Puppies. White, tan, brown, even black. All tumbly and bouncy with their floppy ears and little white noses. God, I hated them.
I put my earplugs in so I could blast Ava Maria, and Mama got to work. I shouted time to die cutie pies, and when the dogs were dead, I started in on the other critters. Bam, bam, goodbye parakeets and turtles. The only animal I left alive was a single quivering hamster called Pity. I spared PD so he could tell the others what happened that day, and I guess if I was a better politician, I wouldn't be telling the story right now. This is what Trump's faithful governor said. Perhaps it's appropriate to refer to her as a clan, and her leader as the orange turd, but regardless of what they say, it consistently lands them in hot water. In a recent courtroom exchange, a transcript revealed Trump audibly cursing and displaying disapproving gestures during Stormy Daniels' testimony. This behavior prompted Judge Juan Merchant to express concerns about potential witness intimidation. CNN's Jeremy Herb saw a noticeable difference in Trump's engagement levels during the trial, signifying a departure from his usual behavior. This event adds previous cautions made by Judge Merchant regarding Trump's adherence to a gag order aimed to protect jurors. and witnesses. Although Trump managed to avoid breaching the order while interacting with reporters outside the courtroom, Daniels' testimony poses a significant challenge to his wavering self-control. As a result, there is mounting anticipation for a potential clash between Trump and Judge Merchant over the gag order enforcement.